It is time for the last ride. And I would say it's a bittersweet moment, but in truth, for me anyways, it's just a sweet moment. The Endor raid, I'll talk a little bit about it. I guess specifically why I say it's only sweet for me. When it first came out, it was pretty cool. It's a totally new game mode, totally new way of playing. And there was a lot that we had to figure out, I think, as a player base, about the different strategies and techniques that work well. And I thought that part was pretty fun. But ultimately, what we started finding is that you had to put mods that make no sense on characters just to manipulate the weird way that the raid is structured. And Capital Games designed the raid themselves. I don't think it makes any sense to have a game mode where you have to put objectively bad mods on your characters in order to do well in that game mode. It just, in my mind, and it could just be I'm a little bit biased because I don't use any sort of mod tools. I just use what's provided to us in-game by Capital Games. The reason I choose to do that is because using the mod tools is technically against their terms of service. So I just use what's in-game, and I don't change or move around mods often. I really don't like doing it. Part of it is because I'm always collecting mods and slicing, and I usually don't have that too many spare mod slots open, and part of it is it just takes time. And again, why on earth would anybody mod Galactic Legend Leia with crit avoidance and potency and protection? This mod setup makes absolutely no sense. I think it would be cool to structure all of the raids, regardless of what format, if it's a more traditional format or if it's a newer format or something similar to Endor. I think ideally you want to have really well modded characters perform well. That's just me. I mean, I think everybody has their own opinions, but to me I want to be able to put, like, I work pretty hard on mods and I have pretty good mods on characters, and I think by virtue of modding well and having those mods already on characters, I think they should perform well across all game modes. Now, there are times where you need to mod specifically for a particular counter or turn order or stuff like that. It is going to happen, but I think generally speaking, introducing this big of a disruption to how you mod your characters just for the stupid raid, to me, it just makes no sense. So I will jump in and do the last ride. So the reason why we have to mod Leia in that particular way is because if you do, you can solo this entire raid with just her and get max score. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do here if I don't mess up from talking, which I actually might not talk because I really don't want to have to repeat this raid. After today, we'll be doing the Naboo raid, and that looks like it's a little bit more traditional. We can have a little bit more fun with it, at least what I think is more fun. I mean, to me, the novelty of this type of raid wore off pretty quickly, and when you combine that with having to move mods all over the place and mod characters in ways that are objectively nonsensical, it just annoys me. So I've been over the Endor raid for quite some time, so I genuinely can't say I'm sad to see it go. Okay, this is where we just target this guy and we do basics. And we charge up the ult. This is where we use the ult. And this is where I do one hit here. Then I go over here and do one hit. Then I do jam. Then triple shot. And this is where it gets a little bit weird. Because we go like this, like this, like this. And then we just rinse and repeat. That should kill him. That should kill him. And last but not least, we hit our ult. And we take him out. So that's the last time I'm gonna get to the max score on any of the levels, and we get to see the Ewoks celebrate. I thought Capital Games, in terms of design, like this was something new and fresh, and I thought they executed this pretty well. I don't remember there being major issues, although there were a couple of exploits that people were able to find early on. But I thought this was pretty refreshing in terms of the actual gameplay. Some of the structural and technical aspects, I think, is where they fell out of favor, at least with me. But I just thought I would bring you along for that ride, talk a little bit about my thoughts, and I'm very, very excited for the Naboo raid. So I'm pretty excited to get back to a more traditional raid, and the fact that we're doing it with all of our Galactic Republic, Phantom Menace characters. Those are all the new characters, so that's always exciting. So I'm interested to see how this raid plays out. I figured I would share my thoughts. I think we already hit our 665 crate, so I don't think I even need to do any more. So I'll probably just call it there. Well, actually, I'll do the rest kind of on my own, just, you know, auto my way through it. I think I've said everything I have to say on the raid topic, at least for now. Once we actually are able to play the Naboo raid and get in there, then I might make another video with my thoughts on that, and who knows, maybe the new raid will make me long for the good old days where we had the Endor raid. I don't know, but let me know what you think, specifically around the modding. I thought the modding was so ridiculous for the Endor raid, and I hope that we can just bring well-modded characters into the new raid, the Naboo raid, and they perform well kind of as is, without needing to do any particular modding. But if you see it differently, definitely let me know, because I'd like to hear the whole range of opinions that people have. So thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you. I almost forgot the victory celebration, which would have been an absolute tragedy, because I can't think of any better time to play it than at the end of the very last Endor raid. So with that, enjoy this, and may the Force be with you.